Let's take a step back and talk about the last game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 6 in Toronto. Toronto stepped it up. They stepped it up defensively the last 4 games of this series, and they end up doing a mini sweep after losing the first 2 games of this series. And, well, Toronto fans, for the first time in history, y'all could be celebrating to the highest tier. Almost to the highest tier, because you still got 4 more games until you can get to the highest tier.
And he shut down Giannis pretty much completely, which is ridiculous, because I've never thought I would see one individual do it. I usually would think it would be
community. Yeah.
Well, he just looked like a role player up there.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially late, because
he didn't know what to do. I remember, like, the first round when they got past Detroit, and then they got past the Celtics. I was like, it sucks we ain't seen him in a close game where he got to try to close it out. And I still ain't see it because he was getting blown out.
Yeah, because he was trying to set screens and pass it out to Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the type of player to take the final shot. It's always been Chris Middleton for them.
Yeah.
And that's when we saw, like, what was that, game 3 or game 4 where he took the contested 3 with 3 people around him, because Chris Middleton is their closer over Giannis.
Right.
Because, I mean, he's more of a shot creator, you know?
I mean, not even just like when the closing period, that's that second half, he was very just...
Tentative. He wasn't even looking for a shot.
They were on a 19-2 run, and I barely see him even try to go for a basket. You know what I'm saying? So there's got to be times where he's got to know that he has to step up and put it in his own hands instead of trying to just play basketball.
And I think part of that may come with age.
Yeah.
Because this is basically his second season being a star player.
Experience is the best lesson you can learn. And this has to... I mean, he was kind of exposed offensively.
Yeah.
We seen what he can't do, and now he knows he has to work on it. The same thing's going to happen every year.
Because, like, literally, there was times where he could literally just shoot, like, the 50-foot jumper. He was wide open. They weren't even guarding him.
We're seeing the same thing we've seen in the previous series with the Raptors. I mean, it's just another thing. It's the Ben Simmons thing. Except his numbers and I mean, he went 5 for 10 at the free throw line in Game 6. I mean, you shooting 50% from the free throw line, you airball and things like that.
Yeah,
you probably got a little
one in that late game
to not wanting to go to the free throw line. So you playing with a half-ass thing, and like KB said, he ain't never been closing out no games. So
yeah,
I mean,
know he didn't have the need to when they were always up by at least 20.
The need, I don't know if he can. Can he?
I don't think he can.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. They just got outplayed.
Can he ever be the best player in the world if he can't close out a game like that?
I don't think he is the best player in the world.
Yeah, I've never.
If he can't. If he cannot,
that's a big step.
I mean, I mean, he's only 24, so
yes,
I don't want to put no thing.
Exactly.
He did everything he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest difference to me in this entire series, because y'all saying he played like a role player.
He definitely didn't play like a role player.
He played like a role player. Offensively, he didn't do much. He didn't have no He didn't have no dominance on that offensive end. Kawhi was the exact opposite. He was doing everything for his team to win.
I mean, a role player is extreme.
I think you're going to look. He put up 21 points. He shot like 40%. So he did not have a good game. I am not defending his game because he did not have a good game. But he wasn't looking like a role player.
Role players.
He played great defense the entire game. That's what he do.
Okay, a role player can play that defense.
And he put up 21.
Okay. I'll give him the 21.
Would you want him? Would you want him to be more aggressive? Hell yeah.
That's the last game of his season.
Right.
He got to do something.
Right, but it's
But to say he's a fucking role player is just that's.
I didn't say he is. I said he played like a role player.
Even that, I know what you said. That's what I'm saying. I don't say that he's a role player.
Here's the defense for Giannis.
21-11.
Here's the defense for Giannis. He was being guarded by the best defender in the world. How many players can do well against him?
Kevin Durant.
He's one of the best. But he's still.
That's a one-on-one matchup.
It's not. It's not also a one-on-one matchup because there's also help at the rim of Marc Gasol and everything. Listen, Giannis did not have a good series. I'm not defending him, but the idea of you saying he played like a role player is kind of crazy to me.
He played like a role player in that last 2 games, basically.
You got Marc Gasol at the rim. You got Eric Bledsoe shooting 17% from the 3. During those 6 games, so yeah, that's really opened up the floor.
What is it? Is there one player in the world that can have a great games against Giannis? I mean, against Kawhi.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant may be the only person.
LeBron.
LeBron was getting. He was having struggles when they played against each other in the finals a couple years ago too.
But he still had a hell of a series.
It's like if there's 3 people, let's say 3 people in the world that can play well against Kawhi.
Yeah.
And Giannis is number 5 on that list. I still don't think. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. He's 5 on that list at 24.
I'm not taking it. He's 23 years old.
He's 24.
He's 5 on that list at 24.
When I seen him, how I watched the game, I didn't see him put much his footprints in the game, especially in that second half. I mean, he tried to, and I know he drew like a foul or something with like 6 minutes left, and that was like their first, actual buckets in in a minute. But it's just like I didn't see him step up. I mean, it's just like you can't just say it was Kawhi. Kawhi may be there for the next couple of years.
We used to have these same
You're the only
discussions.
one that said it was Kawhi. I didn't hear Kenny or myself say it was Kawhi.
He said he had the best player.
He had the best defender in the world guarding him.
I think he did, but to me, it's more than just a one-on-one matchup
It
because
is.
of Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe didn't even. I don't even know if he checked into the game until late. Because how many minutes?
You talk about the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He played 30, but
I mean, they had George Hill in that fourth quarter playing.
1 for 5 from 3. He shot 20% from the field.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't help Giannis' game. Giannis' game is never.
Nico did not play at all.
Giannis' game has never been to come on when they back against the wall and score 45. It's to give them the 25 points, double-digit rebounds.
That's not going to happen every night, especially in the playoffs.
It's not, but this team has been one of the best. They were like second in three-point shooting. That was they're leaning on it to happen every night. So
when them shots don't fall, they need to find something else.
Right, so that you can't reflect it on Giannis. That's their team.
What you mean? That is their leader. That's their leader.
You
can't reflect that loss on Giannis because
you said you can't depend on three-point shooting.
Right.
How can you put the reflection of three-point shooting on Giannis when that's not what he does?
Because Giannis will have to
he's
come
not
up
the
with
one
something
that
else
shoots
for
the
them.
threes. He takes them, but they're not relying on him to shoot threes. He needs to put some points on the board.
But how can he do that if they're not making the shots?
Oh my God!
Himself.
He has to step up. Then he has to step up. What do you want your leader to do?
He has to do it himself.
struggling?
He has to put the team on his back, and he has to come up with it.
But does that happen? Y'all saying it? There's maybe one person in the world that does that, and that's LeBron.
They saying it like it's just
everybody else
nothing.
can have that expectation. Nobody else can have those expectations.
What expectation?
You're putting them on the expectation of LeBron James.
No, he's
What
saying.
I'm trying to say is, as the best player on your team, one of the best players in the world.
Listen. Okay,
I expect more for him to step up. I don't care. If
I understand that, and I agree with that.
Kawhi doesn't.
But
When the Raptors were struggling, Kawhi's their
Their games are so much different.
Thank
that
you.
is that you can expect Kawhi to step up because he can take contested leaning mid range and they go in, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Durant can make those contested jumpers.
Okay.
Giannis is not there yet. His game revolves around the paint, and if they're packing it in the paint because the perimeter shooters can't. Let me finish.
That's all you gotta do then.
If the perimeter shooters aren't making their shots and they packing it to the paint, Giannis can't do much.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's
so
simple.
how do you stop a defense from packing the paint? How do you stop a defense from packing the
That team
paint?
can only go as far as their roles players go.
But that's the truth about every team in the world except for the Warriors because they got 3 stars.
How do you stop them from packing the paint?
You have to hit the shots.
From where?
The three.
Thank you. Okay. So if his teammates aren't shooting the fucking three right, like they've been all season, how do you want him to step
I don't
up?
know.
You want him. So you expected in this game that he was gonna go for 45.
Spin move dunks and 5 people.
You expect him to go for 45.
Something.
That is
They
wild.
just-
They didn't transition.
wild.
They stopped them the whole game.
you
from
wasn't
getting
watching this.
transition.
That's what I was about to say. That's what it tells me about you. You weren't watching the Bucks in the regular
What are you
season
talking about?
because even when
Yes.
we talked about it a month ago, like Giannis's career high he's not giving you 40s.
I know.
He can give you 30, and that's supplemented by the shooters
Right.
because you can't help off George Hill in the corner. You can't help out Chris Middleton. But if the shooters aren't making shots, and Nick Nurse say, "Let that boy shoot,"
Right.
pack it in on Giannis.
And the
Giannis
statement
is
that
not
you
going to be
make
as
that-
effective as you want him to be.
I hear your statement, but it's very dull to say I wanted more. You said it about anybody in any series. Any losing team, you can say you wanted more from.
Green coming up the center screen. James goes the other way, drives down the lane, back out to Green. Green for 3, off the mark.
So let's get to the finals, man. Game 5. Wow, what a game was that? I mean, it was like the best game in the finals for sure. Potentially the best game of the entire bubble, considering all the stakes. You know, Miami lose, they go home. They win, they live to see another day, and then it came down to the last couple shots. We'll talk about things that we loved, we hated, all the moments, because there was so many of them throughout this game. So much so that, like, after each game, I do, like, a post-game video, and I felt like I was forgetting a lot of shit when I was recording that video. And
They'll need that again in Game 6.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna need just consistent efforts from a lot of their players to stay in there. They're gonna need a big. They're gonna need a big triple double from Jimmy. They're gonna need a 20-point effort from somebody that's a Duncan Robinson or somebody. They're gonna need a 20-point effort from. They're gonna need good game from. They just need a lot for them to pull out the W like they did the last two.
I honestly believe that you are way too relaxed considering the things that we've seen in the series.
Hey man, like I said, it has to be a lot of things that go right for them to win, and wrong for us.
So what was that for the Lakers today? Because the first time Anthony Davis had his worst game of playoff history, and Jimmy Butler had the best game of his career. Those are the two things that had to happen. This time around, Jimmy Butler had another great game.
Right.
But what are those things for the Lakers that you saw that like you don't think will happen again in this series?
I mean, we were literally right. It was basically a one-shot difference, and that shit came down to a Danny Green miss. And then plus, we also got a second chance. And I'm okay with the LeBron. People saying that he should have shot the ball. I get that. First of all, the way if he was ISO'd up and it was just a one-on-one, okay, yeah, shoot that ball. But they had a little pick and roll action. He got downhill. It was like 4 defenders around him. He made the right play. I think you got to live with that being an open shot at the end of the day, regardless if it goes in or not. It was an open shot.
Let's have that conversation because I'm sure we may have some different views here, man. So you saying make the right basketball play and you live with the results. P, what do you think?
I disagree to a certain extent. I'm always for making the right basketball play, but no disrespect to Danny Green and anything, but he's been absolute terrible this entire.
But P, like the same mentality though. If we was playing a game and I was shooting terrible and I was wide open, would you still trust me to shoot the shot though? Would you still trust me?
No,
you wouldn't trust me to shoot the shot. So you're gonna take a terrible shot, then rather just pass me the ball wide open.
You have to understand. Put yourself in the same situation. If we're running all day and Tyler is being absolute dog shit, absolute.
That is Tyler,
right? And that is Danny Green. We didn't say that he gave it to Anthony Davis, the second best player on the team. We're talking about a guy who's been complete ass the entire bubble, damn near. And
he has been ass. But he's been right. He's for that game, but
I'm not gonna be able to make my point if you don't let me make it. I'm not gonna be able to make my point if you don't let me make it.
I'm listening.
Right. So nobody is blaming LeBron for making the pass. The ideology that people are on Twitter or people like you trying to say that people are blaming him, nobody's blaming him. I'm just saying that I would rather LeBron James take a contested shot close to the rim than Danny Green have that shot.
Down by 1 too.
Down by 1. I would rather that. And for you to say that you wouldn't when you sat on this podcast way before that shot and talked about how awful Danny Green has been is mind blowing. It ain't KCP who took that shot who had a real good game. It ain't Anthony Davis, your second best player. It's a guy who literally hasn't done shit. He like the shot wasn't even almost in. It was just so I would just take the shot.
Air ball.
Danny Green is shooting 25% from 3 in the finals right now. 25%.
It is terrible in that game.
How did Jimmy Butler get the lead for the Miami Heat the last
take overtime?
He attacked and he got to the line.
I'm just saying in that scenario, in that play, that shot is gonna be bad. You can say he can get to the rim, but it doesn't look like it was it's Bam Adebayo sitting under the rim. He had 2 defenders chasing him and also a defender reaching. I don't think he's getting a good shot at the rim.
I would
that's putting pressure on the officials to make a call.
A shot close to the rim has never been a bad shot for LeBron James.
I want to hear Derek's opinion. So P say LeBron took the shot. Mike say let the shot go up from Danny Green. Derek, what do you think?
What I have to say is that I'm happy he didn't settle and take like a contested jumper and like bail the defense out. Then you could probably argue like, okay, why is he doing this? But when he gets to the rim like that, and he's at point blank range. I don't care who's around him. With his career and his history of like passing out and all that, I don't know. I think when you got a point blank range layup and you have the opportunity to win a championship, I think you just have to take it and not rely on Danny Green. It wasn't Ray Allen he kicked it to. It was Danny Green.
I feel you. So, personally, I think I agree with y'all equally, right? So, like, of course, that is the best basketball. That is the right basketball play. It's something that LeBron has done throughout his entire career. He's going to make the right basketball play, right? But sometimes the right basketball play may not be the right play because he's LeBron James. If I drive to the lane and I'm triple teamed, it makes sense for me to pass it out because I'm Kenny Beecham and I'm 5'7". I'm not a freight train. But for LeBron in that situation, it may make sense to go up, especially based on how he was going up on this game. He has 40 points at this moment. There's multiple times where he went up for a layup in this game and he got his own rebound and went right back up for another layup. That could have happened in the situation. Again, we all talking hypotheticals. You never really know. But I think I live more with knowing LeBron took that shot at the rim, regardless of him being surrounded by 3 people, than Danny Green, who can't hit anything. There's a point in the game where Danny Green had an open 3 on the wing.
Airball.
And not even that one, because he did airball 1 too. But instead of that one, he took a dribble and to take a mid-range jumper, and he damn near airballed that one too. He couldn't hit a shot. And when me and my girlfriend watching this game, the timeout right before this play, They took out Frank Vogel, took out Alex Caruso, put in Danny Green, and we both looked at each other like, they put Danny Green in the game right now? Like, honestly, if Alex Caruso was in that spot, would y'all be more confident with Alex Caruso at this moment in the series or Danny Green taking a shot?
Alex Caruso at this point, but Alex Caruso was having a bad game too.
No, Alex Caruso was not having a good game either. You're right.
I think it would be
shooting the ball.
It would be equal.
I agree with. I think everybody's making good points, especially at this point. Like, I think it really just comes down to, can he have gotten that shot at the rim, or would he have had to take a tough fadeaway or something like that? From what I've seen, it looked like he would have had to shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know if it was just like his steps were a little bit farther.
Let's also remember, it was a lot of time on the clock. Like,
it was. Yes. I would be more upset not with the Danny Green miss,
but the turnover.
The turnover on the second chance point. LeBron is literally standing there like this, wide open. Nobody within 4 or 5 feet.
And that's my whole thing is just like, especially as a basketball fan, because I think the same way playing basketball, especially as somebody who likes to score. I know at the end of the day, making the right play is always going to be the best thing to do. You know, and I can't fault somebody for making the right play, but it's a damn shame when you just turn the ball over and you don't get a shot up. That's what hurts the most.
Yeah,
you're a very weird person.
For you making the right play is right, because you're not LeBron James. LeBron James taking that shot isn't the wrong play for LeBron James.
The reason
it's an okay shot that we changed an unknown shot.
Contested fadeaways wasn't that, for another player that's a bad shot, but Kobe is not a regular player.
Like, you remember that?
You're already saying LeBron is Kobe now.
He shot over that double team at the high post.
Like, did you just hear that, KB?
The loop around he went for that one was kind of weird.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like that is LeBron's game, is to make the right. That's what he's been doing his whole career.
What Pierre is saying in this situation, if you are as great as you are, that shot is just a better shot at the end of the day. You know, you remember the picture of Kobe going up on 4 Chicago Bulls players? You can't be mad at that shot because he's fucking Kobe Bryant. It's just the way it is.
I just want to know why is it so tough for you to say something like that against the Lakers? You're so for the Lakers that you just tried to say that I said LeBron is Kobe now. Like, look at what you said.
No, but I'm saying it's just that I understand if Kobe was in that moment, or Damian Lillard, somebody who's got like that killer, like, I'm taking this last shot regardless. It don't matter if CJ McCollum is wide open, I'm taking this shot. Yes, I understand taking that shot, but it's LeBron James. That's what he does.
I'm not asking LeBron James to take the shots that they shot. I'm asking LeBron James in his domain. He's in his domain. He doesn't need to do the shot Damian shot on Paul George. I'm not asking him to shoot that shot. He's at the rim in the paint and to the point Contrell made. Just that game, there was a bunch of instances where he missed. Give me this shit. I'm going up. And the Heat are winning because Jimmy Butler said, I'm going to attack and get to the line. So once they got LeBron the ball, I was like, oh, the Lakers going to win, because when he goes to this rim, he's either going to make this layup or he's going to get fouled, because they just gave Jimmy 2 on the other end. So I just know he's attacking. I'm not even prepared for a 3. There's no way in hell I'm seeing a jump shot go up, because if I am the Lakers and Jimmy Butler just shot 4 consecutive free throws to give them the lead in the last part of this fourth quarter, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm attacking. So, okay, LeBron hold. I don't know why the hell Danny Green came and set a screen, but okay.
That was my whole thing. I say I'm totally cool with ISO. I don't care if he takes a step back 3, miss or whatever. You take that last shot if it's the ISO though. But like
now you're asking him to be Damian.
I mean, the man was killing all night from deep. The man was killing from deep.
But you just told me a bunch of those names and you don't want him to be there. Now you're saying you're fine with him. I want LeBron James.
The ISO step back, that's LeBron James, not a super tough fadeaway in traffic between 3 people.
Just a minute before that shot, I just went back to rewatch some of this. You remember that play? LeBron has Jimmy Butler on his ass, you know, in like the shallow corner, and then they bring the double. Right. LeBron gets to the rim, goes up. He hit the bottom of the rim. Remember that? He hit the bottom of the rim, got his own rebound, and went right back up. That's the same thing we're just asking him to do. And again, at the end of the day, Mike, I understand what you were saying. LeBron is going to make the right basketball play. It is what it is. It is who he has been for 17 years. But sometimes you just like, you're at the rim. Let's just make it happen. He was already there.
I'm looking back at this picture one more time. I'm trying to
watch the play. Don't watch it. Don't look at the picture. Watch the play.
I just want to see where he's taking off from, because I want to see how close he is to the rim again.
He's literally at the rim. He's literally at the rim, and then he throws it behind his head too.
But even in that situation, he didn't have to leave his feet in the moment. There's still
that,
a foot and a half of open space right there.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people that are going against like this theory that LeBron takes a shot, they're looking at that play as if he has to take this shot that he's going into. He can make a pro high. It's a lot of different ways he can do it.
There's still 8 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, so much time.
Starts his drive.
The idea that he's driving, he just got to throw the shot up, and the way that his body's contorted in the picture that you're looking at. I'm not saying he has to shoot the ball that way. Get to the paint, get in there, and muscle your way in. And if not, shit, throw that bitch out and go back and get it.
And honestly, again, I'm more concerned or more upset about, if I was a Lakers fan, I'd be more upset about the second chance opportunity with not getting the shot up. I don't understand, and I mean, I guess I do understand why Markieff Morris is in the game, because throughout the series he has been pretty hot from deep. I understand that. This game specifically, unplayable. I don't think he scored, and I think he damn near fouled
honestly, out. I think they really just had him in because they just needed somebody that wasn't Dwight Howard or JaVale, and they need something to stretch the floor. They could have put Kuzma
tonight either.
They could have put Kuzma there, but I don't know. That's a total brain fart, and it's easy for us to say because we're not up there in the finals with 5 seconds left doing all that stuff.
Bro,
but
do you want to hear his box score?
I mean, before even going into that, it's just like that. I think that last play was just broken to begin with. First of all, they went with 13 seconds left. They started going into that play. Knowing it's just like once you get LeBron going downhill, it's gonna be instant almost. You know, something's gonna happen.
But even then, it wasn't a bad thing because they end up getting the offensive rebound. So them going early opened up an opportunity for 2 possible shots instead of 1.
It's not that much higher. And my 7 was also Jared Allen. And what about you?
My 7 was Ayton.
You had Ayton for your 8.
I don't know. My 7 is Gobert.
Damn. He ain't a top 5er?
No, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of putting his ass high. I'm tired of putting his ass high.
Get this shit spicy. I got him higher, but get this shit spicy because you know he finna react. Come on. I want some arguments that don't involve me. I want some arguments that don't involve me.
Shit is cool.
Okay.
But we know when the playoffs come, his ass get exposed. It's not them. It's on the no. That shit. I've seen this man have 5. I've seen this man have people that's 7 inches smaller than him. He want to pass the ball and don't argue.
Okay, sure. But his role is to be a defensive hub, correct?
How many? Bro,
correct.
The Utah Jazz don't always, bro. They need to fucking put points
yes or no? He don't play for them no more. Yes or no?
Yes, he's a defensive hub. He's a defensive hub.
Okay, so why the fuck are you talking about his offense? It's not why he get paid.
Bro, they gonna play his ass off the court.
He doesn't get played off the court, Michael.
That's because who else they gonna put in?
Don't look at me to show argument.
Who else they gonna put in?
Michael.
Who else they gonna put in?
I just want to let a nigga talk to me like that.
When they got eliminated.
If they had somebody they would play the small ball 5 that could help them, they would definitely put his ass in.
When they got eliminated, we did a podcast, correct? Pierre was not here. I vividly remember us having these same fucking conversations.
I'm tired of having this. We have a conversation every year.
In those conversations, you agreed with me that the perimeter defense is the reason why they're ass.
It is.
So how can you say that now?
If they lacking on some shit, he got to take advantage somewhere. He not taking advantage on no offensive rebounds with people that's 6-7 inches taller than him or shorter than him.
Again, Mike, what is his role?
To defend the rim.
Is he the best in the fucking game at that? Is he the best in the game at that? Yes or no?
He is. Where has that got them? Where has that got them?
You can say the same about anybody else in this list.
Where has that got them?
Jokic ain't won a championship.
So why am I? If I can say so, if it hasn't gotten them nowhere, why am I still praising it?
Why are we praising Jokic? Why you praise Jokic? He ain't got nowhere either. Why you praise Joel Embiid? He ain't got nowhere either. That's a stupid ass argument when there's one championship that could be won every single season. That's a dumb ass argument.
They doing a lot more than his ass. They doing a lot more than his ass.
They ain't done nothing. They ain't going nowhere. A lot more than his ass. Majority of people, fucking Steph Curry has dominated the last 10 years, my boy. Nobody's done shit. Steph Curry and LeBron are the only people that have done shit in the last 10 years.
And in those times where they've done shit, have you not seen Steph Curry step it up? He not asked to do. Steph Curry is nowhere near a defender, but in the playoffs, he stepped it up and he played defense, didn't he? He did some shit that was out of his role.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about when the time comes to be at that top list, you have to do more.
What did Rudy Gobert average last season?
He averaged like 15, 16.
Okay, I don't care.
He averaged 15.
Some shit like that.
No, he averaged 15.
I do not care what your list is.
That rim protection is only going so far for me nowadays. That shit is only going so far.
I think y'all should keep arguing. I think
the rim protection can only go so far. Nigga, that's the easiest shot in the fucking game. And he prevents people from doing it. Are you serious?
I've seen his.
So can I ask a question? Can I intervene? Can I intervene, Mike?
Yeah.
So what is your legitimate point with Rudy? What are you trying to convey to Contreras?
He has a super high ceiling, but he has a super high floor, but that ceiling, I'm done with that ceiling.
And KB, you saying to that?
I mean, I don't even understand what he's saying.
Your reason behind that is because of what?
The regular season is cool. I've seen enough in the playoffs. I'm done with in the playoffs until he's
he's proven for you. That's 7.
Yeah.
So there's 6 guys that you rather have.
Yeah.
Through the regular season and the playoffs over Rudy.
They had a better year.
Okay. And you telling him, KB,
that's stupid
because you holding them to that height because of what in the playoffs?
Fails in the playoffs.
Do you take into consideration that
does he fail in the playoffs, or does the team fail in the playoffs?
The team fail. He's a part of the team.
But you're saying it as if like, okay, so when you rank Donovan Mitchell, are you saying, Donovan Mitchell failed in the playoffs?
Donovan Mitchell carried their ass in the playoffs.
Offensively, maybe. Who carries them? Why are they the reason that they're even in the series?
They ass defensively. They're ass defensively.
They're not ass defensively, Mike. They are a top 5 defense consistently because of Rudy Gobert.
I'm just chilling. I'm a fly on the wall.
What is he talking about? Again, I don't care that you have him at 7, but I think your reasoning for it is flawed. That's it. I don't give a fuck. I do, but I don't.
I'm saying I'm putting his ass up there. I'm taking 6 other people ahead.
Who has it?
And that's completely okay.
True.
That's completely okay. But personally,
damn, D. Gordon, I'm the type of nigga to argue about myself in the mirror.
Rudy Gobert, offensively, we all can say that there's a lot to be desired. A ton to be desired. But when it comes to defending the basket, he's damn near the best of our generation, and he's still in his prime in that specific thing. That's it. As a 7'1" dude, we paid the reason he's got a max, and the reason the Minnesota Timberwolves traded 1 million first-round picks plus half of their depth is because they needed the best rim-protecting center in the last 10 years on their roster, and they got that.
Do you fault the Jazz mishaps on Rudy?
Do I fault that?
He has to.
Not all the way.
He saw Terrence Mann hit 5 open jump shots. He said, Rudy Gobert is ass.
Because the
whole time we was talking about they should have took his ass out, but they don't have nobody to replace him with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm please don't think that I'm the Rudy Gobert defender.
That's me.
No, but I see both of y'all thing. Like, I understand that people are tired of putting Rudy, at the top thing. But then I also understand his value defensively, and then I do understand that the Jazz perimeter defense is ass because if he got to help, he's leaving his guy Terrence Mann, and once he get a rhythm, he burning that bitch. Now when you don't leave, it don't even matter. Can
I ask him one more question?
For sure.
Do you believe that with this new roster, once we come playoff time, Rudy Gobert will be played off the court?
Honestly, with 2 bigs, I don't know. I would say there's a chance.
What about the rest of you guys?
My thing.
Do you think he's got better perimeter defenders to maximize where he does well?
I feel like
D'Angelo Russell,
damn near the same.
I think it's a little better.
I think Anthony Edwards
Anthony
Edwards would be the best defensive player Rudy Gobert.
You also have Kyle Anderson.
Kyle Anderson
off that bench. Not that Kyle Anderson.
McDaniels is a plus defender.
Not that Kyle Anderson is coming in and locking you up. Yeah. But Kyle Anderson is so long and he knows the game from a IQ spot that he covers a lot of ground. Austin Rivers also is willing to get in his stance and try. At some point, that's really what Rudy needed was at least a motherfucker who was going to drop in the stance and try. And
I think playoff time is going to be iffy for Minnesota.
My concern is this.
I like it though because they can switch it up though. Utah didn't have that luxury, so they can even take if Cat is somewhat Cat is tweaking.
That's my thing.
You can slide Jaden down to the 4 or something. I think they have the.
I think the politics,
opportunity to make the best.
I don't think Cat will ever be the one that gets taken off the court.
Yeah, go talk, yeah, go talk, yeah, go talk, my nigga. This go talk,
go talk, go talk, go talk, my nigga. That's go talk,
go talk, go talk. Go talk, my nigga is go talk.
Go talk, go talk, go talk, my nigga is go talk.